Welcome back to Women's Biz Tribe Success Summit. I hope you are enjoying the incredible speakers that we have had so far on this summit. We've got 2 days jam-packed of women from around the globe who are inspiring us all on their journeys to success, what they've learned along the way, tips and tricks for you to apply immediately. And also the great thing is everyone attending this summit is now got complimentary membership of Women's Biz Tribe for the next month. So you can even just go online and meet all of our speakers there, ask them any questions. Definitely, I encourage you to be popping things in the chat, ask a question of the speaker. Today's speakers will be able to go in straight after their presentations and answer any of those and engage with you. So I'm so thrilled that you have been coming along. For those of you just tuning in for our next speaker, her name is Angela Schutz, and I welcome her to our virtual stage. Angela is the founder of Driven to Succeed Consulting. It's a career and coaching and professional development company where she has helped hundreds of people land meaningful jobs, pretty much dispelling the myth that there are no jobs out there for people. She makes it happen for them. And most importantly, she helps them go from unemployed, from that feeling of hopelessness to happily employed and feeling just successful in their own lives. She's got a background in HR, and she's also got a really cool women's group called Dream Dare Dance, which sounds heaps of fun. It's about bringing out your inner self. And she's also a very accomplished writer. So I won't go on and on. I'm going to let Angela speak to you today. Welcome to our summit, Angela.
Thank you. So today we're talking about success. Have you ever looked at another person who seemingly had it all? A successful business, a great family, and lots of self-confidence, and thought to yourself, she is so lucky. I could never have all that. Greetings. My name is Angela Schutz. I'm the founder of Driven to Succeed Consulting in Orange, Connecticut. I'm an author, a career coach, a life coach, a copywriter, and hopefully, after today, a motivator who helped you get from where you are today to where you want to be. I want to honor you and congratulate you for being here. If your desire is to up-level your life, you have certainly come to the right place. You are giving yourself the chance to immerse yourself in new and groundbreaking ideas over the course of 2 days in this Women's Biz Tribe Success Summit, and come away with motivated to take on one inspired step at a time that will move you and move your life forward in the direction of your dreams. I'd like to thank Anniegibbins, who is the brilliant business and success coach who gathered over 40 women from all around the globe, each of whom is a success in her own field, to share their insights with you on how to be a success. Thank you for being here, and thank you for the time and attention you're giving me. I will be giving you some insight on success and how it's not as elusive as you might think. Hopefully, you will come to understand that success is an inside job. Everything, and I do mean everything, you need to be successful is already in you. Today, I'm going to give you 10 steps to help you move toward your success, both in business and in your personal life. You may have heard people tell you that you have to find your purpose or your dharma. It may sound like you have to search and search and search until you find it. And unless you do, you can never be successful. You may have even heard people tell you that who you know, not what you know, is what brings you success. I kind of feel that those ideas may have limited you. They may have even caused you to give up before you even put any energy into getting your own success. Why should you put effort into being successful When you haven't even figured out your purpose, how can you move forward at all? When you don't know anyone who is an influencer or a business leader, the proverbial stop sign is always right in front of your face. What if today is the day you realize that you put that stop sign there and you have the power to throw it away? What if today's the day you have the opportunity to learn 10 easy steps that will put you on the path to success with no confusion, no lack of confidence, and no reaching for things that are just outside your scope of understanding? And what if today is the day you hear just one kernel of an idea that gets you off your seat and propels you forward with the confidence that has previously been missing in your life? Are you ready to go on this journey with me? Before we do, I'm going to ask you to please take just a moment to close your eyes and think of one thing that you have wanted to accomplish that seems to be just outside your grasp. Then solidify that thought in your mind. Now picture how your life would be if you had mastered it. What would your life look like if you had gotten that degree, or written that book, or given that speech, or gotten that promotion? How would you feel? Take a deep breath. Solidify that picture in your mind, because that's where I want you to be. Concentrate on how good you feel and all the positive changes that would happen. Concentrate on the abundance that would be a part of your life. In the next few minutes, let's go on a journey together to get you into the right mindset for that success. First, and this is really the first step and probably one of the most important steps, love yourself and believe in yourself. You may immediately bristle at me because you have a low sense of self-worth. You may spend lots of time convincing yourself of the fact that you're not good enough. And if you could have a conversation with me directly, you would have lots of examples to prove you aren't good enough, smart enough, rich enough, thin enough, or pretty enough. You can even name people, really successful people who are clearly smarter, thinner, prettier, and richer than you. You would work very hard to prove that there are roadblocks to your success. And each of those successful people had to start somewhere. No one actually starts at the top, but I'll bet each of those people started with a sense of self-love and a true belief that they could achieve success. That sense of self-worth is what gave them the confidence to keep moving forward in the direction of their dreams. They paid no attention to the superficial negative thoughts that they weren't smart, pretty, or rich enough. They just chose to keep moving forward. So how do you learn to love and believe in yourself, you might ask, especially when you're in the habit of putting yourself down? There's a well-known exercise that will seem very uncomfortable and even unnatural at first, but if you do it every day religiously, you will increase your sense of self-worth and your level of confidence to move forward. This exercise is really not for the faint of heart because it includes love, acceptance, and nudity. Many of the top educators in the self-development movement teach this exercise. It's called the mirror exercise. I've learned it from several people, but my all-time favorite version of it is from a man by the name of Hans Christian King. He has since passed on several years ago, but I love his version of it, and I'm going to teach it to you today. Every day, after you get out of the shower, before you get dressed, stand naked in front of a full-length mirror. Look yourself deeply in the eyes and say out loud to yourself, I don't know who you are. but I'm going to find out. And when I do, I am not going to let anyone hurt you, not even you, because I love and accept you just the way you are. I appreciate you for these things that you have done today, and then name some things that you've accomplished that day. And I forgive you for those things that you haven't yet done. You know, it's said that it takes 28 days to change a habit. So if you're in the bad habit of putting yourself down, doing this exercise is something you need to do for 28 days. In order to break that habit of putting yourself down, you need to do this consecutively. If you miss a day, the next day is day one all over again. After 28 days, you will notice a big difference in the way you look at yourself and how much self-worth you've gained just from doing this simple exercise. Now, the second step that will propel you forward is to give up jealousy. Really kick jealousy to the curb. Jealousy is one of the most damaging traits you can have. You may be thinking that you aren't jealous. Not at all. But every time you look at another person who seems to have something you don't have, like a bigger house, a fancier car, a more prestigious job, a prettier face or figure, a happier relationship, and you don't instantly think, good for them, you're internally feeling inferior to them. Here's something you can do. Practice this. This way it'll dispel jealousy and send out more positive vibes. Say to yourself, good for them, and I wish them well. And that's for me too. The idea that you wish them well and recognize that your wish for your life is that you have the same kinds of things they have really takes jealousy completely out of the picture. Noticing the things that others have without feeling inferior or jealous helps you to create more dreams for your own life. It gives you more ideas and inspiration. Since we're talking about dreams, the third step is to understand the difference between dreams and goals, and to vow to focus on accomplishing more goals. Goals really move us forward because they have a unique pattern that, when followed, bring more success to our lives. Goals that aren't measurable and time-oriented are simply unfulfilled dreams. So there's an acronym that we use when we're setting goals, and the word is SMART. This is what it stands for. The S is for specific. A goal needs to be very specific, such as, I want to release 5 pounds. The M stands for measurable. When you add a unit of measure at the end, anyone can come along and verify the amount and agree you have actually achieved that goal. A stands for attainable. If you set a goal that you don't think you can attain, it's very hard to succeed at it. For example, if you're making $100,000 and you set the goal to earn $1 million by the end of the month, it's really unlikely you will be able to attain that particular goal. The R stands for realistic. Is your goal realistic given the situation you're in? And finally, the T stands for timely. The bottom line is that when you write a goal that follows this pattern, anyone can come on the prescribed date and measure whether or not you have accomplished your goal. The interesting thing is that statistically, people who write down their goals have over an 80% higher success rate than those who do not. So get into the practice of writing down your goals and reading them over every day. Step 4 is to practice being in the moment. There's a wonderful technique that when followed can make all the difference in your life. It takes a bit of time to learn, but once you master it, it will bring a bit of calmness, productivity, and respect to your life that you've never expected before. Like any new exercise program, you really need to be conscientious about it and work at it until it becomes a habit. Remember, it's going to take 28 consecutive days to create that new habit. It's the practice of quieting the monkey brain to allow you to thoroughly concentrate on the task or the person at hand. There are so many people who spend a large amount of time when they're at work thinking about things that they haven't done and just ignoring their work. They're being unproductive, inefficient, and when they're at work, they're thinking about things that they can't accomplish because they're at work. And then when the monkey brain is always in gear, instead of concentrating on their work, they're thinking about what to make for dinner or whether or not they're going to make it home in time to go to their meeting after work. So they're thinking about other things. They become distracted and inefficient. When they're home, they spend time thinking about things that they didn't do at work. They're ignoring their family, they're ignoring their friends, and they're just thinking about things that they can't accomplish because they're not at their workplace. They're unproductive and unable to attend to the job at hand. They remain constantly stressed out and unaccomplished. When you practice being in the moment, you are laser focused on the job at hand. You become more productive at work, and your friends and family feel you are the most attentive person they know. It's a key to success in all areas of your life. It brings about such a sense of peace as you proceed to be the most productive you have ever been. When you live in the present moment and you embrace each moment, because really none of us know how many moments we have left, you become an active participant in your own life, and you have a heightened enjoyment of everything that shows up for you. It's said that people who live in the past have a much higher rate of depression. Since we can't control or change the past, it's worthless to spend any of your precious time there, dwelling on what could have been. So stay away from the past, take lessons from it, of course, but move into the present moment. Live in the present so you can recognize, enjoy, and be grateful for all that you have. What you concentrate on grows in your life. Concentrate on the positive, and more positive things will show up for you. Step 5 is to be 100% responsible for yourself. The author Jack Canfield wrote a book called The Success Principles, in which his premier chapter is all about taking 100% responsibility for everything you do. What a wonderful world we would live in if everyone took 100% responsibility for everything they do. It would eliminate the tendency to blame or shame others for the outcome of tasks. You would learn that you have control over the outcome. And if you don't like the outcome, you can simply change your response, and the outcome will automatically change. We are all far more powerful than we can even imagine. Step 6 is to be intentional about your life. No one can be perfect in everything they do. We're each hardwired to be good at something and not so good at others. Examine yourself well and develop those things that you are naturally good at. When you set out to accomplish something, do it with the intention to use all the tools you have so that you will be the most successful. Stay laser focused on the tasks at hand. Step 7 is to follow your dream, because you will be the most committed to your own dream. But make sure that dream is truly yours. Sometimes when we want to succeed, we get caught up in the dreams of other people. Those dreams are not your dreams. You will rarely put in all your energies into something because it isn't yours. Success comes in paying attention to that desire that's deep in your belly. When you recognize you have a dream or a burning desire to accomplish something, you need to know that particular dream is meant for you. It was actually given to you. It's the dream you should follow. Step 8 is to ignore the discouragement committee. Deborah Poneman, one of the amazing teachers in the self-development movement, who teaches yes to success, refers to your family and closest friends sometimes as the discouragement committee. You get excited about an idea that you have. You're so fired up and you can't wait to tell your loved ones. And they, in turn, proceed to tell you why there is no way you would have any of the skills to be successful in that. Ignore the discouragement committee and follow your heart. Work from a place of strength, not from a place of weakness. When you play to your gifts, success will surely be yours. And step 10 is have an attitude of gratitude and celebrate your uniqueness. The ultimate key that will define you in business and support you in your personal life is recognizing and celebrating who you are. Embrace and enjoy your uniqueness. No one has your DNA or even your fingerprints. It's a fact that no one in all of history was ever you. And no one in all of time to come will ever be you. Arm yourself with that knowledge and celebrate the amazing person you are. Step into your skin. Develop your natural talents and be the best version of you that you can be. Love yourself. Increase your sense of self-worth. Do the mirror exercise daily for at least 28 days. Give up jealousy, and when you see something you desire that someone else has, say, and that's for me too. Set some SMART goals and review them often. Write them down. You want to be 80% more successful. Be 100% responsible for each and everything you do. Practice living in the moment. Be intentional in your thoughts and deeds. Ignore, absolutely ignore the discouragement committee and follow your dreams. Follow your heart and celebrate your uniqueness. To become a successful leader, you need to constantly explore new ideas. Those ideas may push you out of your comfort zone. Be comfortable with being uncomfortable. Discomfort helps us to grow. There is only limited success that we can attain when we stay in our comfort zone and refuse to grow. Embrace growth, even when it's uncomfortable. Because good leaders lead by transforming themselves and encouraging others to embrace transformation. The famous Albert Schweitzer once said, "At times, our own light goes out and is rekindled by a spark from another person." Each of us has cause to think with deep gratitude of those who have lighted the flame within us. I implore you to look for inspiration around you. Look for that person who values you and recognizes your worth and is willing to light the flame within you. Continue to put yourself in situations such as this summit, where you are given many forms of inspiration from successful women who have come before you and are willing to help you get on the path to success. And while you're looking for your new spark, pay it forward and be the person who rekindles the spark within another. Look at the hand at the end of your arm. Take your hand and offer it to someone who is working to bring more success into their lives and share their gifts with the world. Take your hand and pull the next generation up. There are amazing, inspirational women right there waiting for that help. Pull them up, bring them up. Finally, I think we have our priorities slightly askew. We search and search for those things that will bring us to success so that we can be happy. In reality, success doesn't bring happiness. Happiness brings success. I hope that there was something that you heard tonight that will get your spark lit. And I want to thank Annie Gibbins for being a leader of leaders, and thank you for sharing your gifts with the world. I'm Angela Schutz, and I'm grateful for your support and the attention you gave me today. As always, I'm rooting for your success. Thank you all.
Oh, thank you so much, Angela. Oh my goodness, I absolutely loved your presentation. I feel so calm. I'm such a hyper person, and I listen to you and go, oh, I've just found my zen. Just listening to you was absolutely delightful. I love your 10 steps. I know that those watching into this summit, listening to this summit, that's the great thing about a recording is you can even go back and just re-listen, really dwell on each of those 10 steps because they were just such gems, so powerful once you really start unpacking them. I would love those listening in when you come over to Women's Biz Tribe and you come to our webinars, exactly that. Why wouldn't you want to up your likelihood of achieving your goals by 80%? Oh my goodness, just by talking about SMART goals, where you're at, what your goals are, and then actually looking at those with women from around the world who are your cheer squad, right? There's so many of us, and I know you and I have probably been at those stages of our journey that you go, oh my gosh, I just feel so alone here. I feel like I'm the only one trying to back myself, and it's really hard because of those things that you mentioned before. Those words of, for me, leapt out jealousy and envy. Oh my gosh, when I had, those listening in, I had 2 sets of twins in 26 months. And so while I dreamt of being a businesswoman, I used to just go, oh, I was so stuck at times by jealousy of other people's situations or envious of, the help that they had or the opportunities they had. And as you said, once you start pushing those out and just focusing them on yourself and what you can do for yourself, who you are, and working with what you've got, taking 100% responsibility for that, all of that was just so spot on. Because I know in my journey, that is exactly what then led me to that next level. And it was uncomfortable. And then you learn to be comfortable. And then you end up a bit crazy like me going, I'd do anything. But it's all a journey. It's all a journey. Thank you so much, Angela. I absolutely loved it. For those of you listening in, make sure that you pop some questions in the chat. Reach out to Angela either via our online platforms. It's on so many platforms, or via the tribe. She would love to connect with you. And definitely find her at her website, driventosucceed.net. She would absolutely love talking with you more. Thank you so much, Angela.
Thank you, Annie.